An exclusive interview, Devin Nunes, a senior GOP member of the House Intel Committee, tells One America's Hines that the Brookings Institute, a left-leaning Washington think tank, appears to have been involved in disseminating the Steele dossier, which formed the basis for FBI surveillance on the Trump campaign. Here's the latest on that.
We've long known that the Brookings Institute, it's a think tank, left-wing think tank here in Washington, D.C., probably the largest think tank in Washington, D.C., heavily funded from all over the globe, and typically has been a credible left-wing think tank. But looks like they were involved in a couple different matters for sure that we now know. One is the dissemination of the dossier.
The Steele dossier.
Steele dossier that the Clinton campaign had generated. We knew they were involved in spreading parts of the other dossier. There were other State Department dossiers. But now we know the president at the time, in 2016, was involved in the direct dissemination of the dossier.
The president of the Brookings Institute.
President of the Brookings Institute, yes, was involved in the direct dissemination of the dossier. We know that because earlier this week, Christopher Steele, the author of the dossier, who was employed by Fusion GPS and the Clinton campaign, we now know that Steele and the president of Brookings were in constant contact via text message. They're also involved in the defense of the dossier. So at the Brookings Institute, they have this group called the Lawfare blog and post Lawfare group, and they kind of pose as experts on the law. We've always found it interesting because they've always, for 4 years, they've done nothing but attack our investigation. They've attacked me personally, they've slandered me, they've always kept timelines on me. Very odd behavior for a think tank. Well, now we know why, because their president was involved in the dissemination of it, and then they stood up this group that was essentially defending the dossier and attacking anyone who was investigating the dossier. So, which leads me to believe that that's an obstruction of justice issue that needs to be looked into. And they had a couple consistent themes that this group was always up to. So one was attacking House Republicans on the Intelligence Committee, specifically me most of the time. Also, though, they were always active in defending the dirtiest of the dirty cops that were involved in this. So it was quite an incestuous relationship. So those are questions that need to be answered. How much was the president of Brookings at the time working with this media component, disinformation component at the time?
Was there a connection between the president of Brookings and, say, the Clinton campaign? Is that?
Well, the president of Brookings has long been connected to the Clintons, but now you have the president of Brookings, which is supposed to be a nonprofit, communicating directly with the dirty hired foreign operative Christopher Steele that was working for the Clinton campaign. That's a very strange relationship there.
It is very curious. It's an odd relationship. Do you think that is illegal, or simply unethical, do you think?
Well, obstruction of justice is definitely illegal. Obstructing a congressional investigation. A lot of it will depend on at what level, going back to the conspiracy charges, when you look at the overall conspiracy, at what level were they involved in the conspiracy? If they were involved in the development of it and knew about it, I think it's very questionable.
Would this be part of a referral based on your investigation?
Very possible. Yeah, very possible. A lot of this is we've long known that it wouldn't be surprising that a left-wing think tank would, kind of know about this or might have some knowledge of it at the time. The key, though, is very odd for the president of Brookings to be directly in contact with the operative who was developing this dossier and then spreading it out, and then, of course, setting up this strange, kind of like outfit that's out there defending the dossier is very, very odd, right? And then attacking our investigation. And the key here is it's fine to be critical of Congress, but it's not okay to lie and slander. That's when you move into the not only conspiracy but also defamation lane.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.